All right, today we're going to do 8.5G, which is identify functions using sets of ordered pairs, tables, mappings, and graphs. So that's all it is. It's identifying functions without really having to solve anything. All you have to do is look at it. All right. So a function, what the heck is a function? Well, a function is it's a formula like y equals 2x. That's a function because this, a certain x will give you a certain y. So like if I put 2 parentheses, I don't know, let's say I choose 4, that would give me 8 because it's 2 times 4 equals 8. And that will only give me that. It's not going to give me any other number but 8. Okay? I can't get 22 here. That's impossible. If I put 2 times 4, there's no way it's going to give me 22. The only thing it can give me is 8. So that's why this is a function. This is a function right here, because that's the only thing it can give me. And it doesn't have to be multiplication. It could be anything else. It could be y equals x plus 2. Again, if I put 4 plus 2 in place of x right here, the only thing it can give me is 6. That's it. It can't give me anything else. It can only give me 6. So each value of x only gives you one value of y, and that's it. Nothing else. Okay? So they give you an example, they give you a table. So they give you an x, y, and we got a bunch of spaces. We got negative 10 and 2. We got 8, 10, 9, 3, 4, 11, 9, 5, and one more. We got 12, 10. All right, so like I said right now, with the example I showed you right now, that each value of x can only give you one value of y, and that's it. So a negative 10, in this case, can only give us a 2. So I can't have any other negative 10s up here, because then it would be lying, unless it would said also 2, okay? So like 8 can only give us 10. So there's no other 8s here. A 9 can only give us a 3. But look, I have a 9 right here. But that's not giving me a 3, it's giving me a 5. So already this tells me that this is not a function, because the 9 cannot give me both 3 and 5. It can only give me one thing. Okay, so this right away is not a function. Okay. And I remember when I showed you this in class, I told you that the x cannot have a side chick. Okay, so the x's they have to be faithful. They can only be with one number. They cannot have a side chick. So right here, the 9, it has a side chick. It's got a 3 and a 5. Okay, that's the easiest way to remember these. Okay, the x's cannot have a side chick. So that's a table. Okay. When they give you ordered pairs, all it is these x's and y's. That's an ordered pair. So say I had 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, 5, and 1, 6. Okay. Again, we're only looking at x's. This is the one that has to be faithful. So we're only looking at that number there, that number there, that number there, and that number there. And we can already see that the 1 repeats. There's 2 of them. Over here, he's with the 2. Over here, he's with the 6. Already, we already know that this is not a function, okay? Because it's got 2 different numbers with it. These don't really matter because they are being faithful. They've got a 1. The 2 is with the 1, and 3 is with the 5. But the 1 is the one that's being greedy. It's got a 2 and a 6, okay? So that's how you do it when you have ordered pairs. The next one they talk about is mappings. And mappings, sometimes they'll call them X and Y. Most of the time, they're going to call them domain and range, which is the exact same thing. Okay. Here is where you're going to see bubbles like this. Okay. And you're going to have numbers here and numbers here. The only thing you have to remember is they're not going to repeat. Okay. So let's say I have a 1, a 2, and a 3 here. And over here, let's keep it simple. Let's go 1, 2, and 3 there also, okay? Here you're gonna see arrows. So this one's gonna go with this one. This one's gonna go with this one. And let's say this one goes with this one and nobody goes with the 3, okay? Again, we're looking at this side only. These are the ones that matter. These are the ones that cannot be greedy. The x's or the domains. Those are the ones that cannot be greedy. So the 1 over here is with the 1, so he's not being greedy. The 2 over here is with the 2, and the 3 is with the 1. So nobody over here is being greedy. Even though, yes, this guy right here, he's playing both of them. He's got the 1 and the 3. It doesn't matter. Okay, the y can do whatever the heck they want. It's the x's that we have to watch. The x's cannot be greedy. So we got 1 with 1, 2 with 2, and 3 with 1. So none of these are being greedy. So this is a function. Okay, that's how you tell on these. These are kind of easy to tell because you can see right away. You can see the arrows. They'll tell on it right away. Okay, so whenever you see 2 arrows coming from one number over here, let's say I have a 1 and a 2 here, and that's it. And on this side, let's say we have a 4 and a 5, and that's it. If I have this guy going here and going here, and then this one goes here, well, right away, this guy's being greedy. He's got both hands out. He's reaching for 2. Okay, so right away, that's not a function. Okay, so these are really easy, the mapping ones. Just remember that domain goes first and range, just like I used to tell you guys in class, it's alphabetical order, just like the coordinates. Using the alphabet, the X comes before the Y, just like the D comes before the R. Okay, that's the easiest way to remember the order. Alphabetical order, it'll help you every single time. Okay, and the last thing is graphs. Graphs, all you have to look at is the same thing. Your x's cannot pick more than one. So if I have a line going like this, all these right here are my x values. Right here, this is my x axis, this is my x value. Each one of them is only hitting that line one time, right there, right there, right here, right there, so on. Okay, so each one only has one value. I don't need the numbers or anything. I don't need to know what coordinates they are. All I have to do is look. Okay, so right here, this would be a function because each x is only hitting the line one time. And when I used to show you guys, you guys in class, I would tell you to do the karate chop method, where you just karate chop the line, and if you hit it one time only, then it is a function. If you were to hit it twice, then it's not a function. Okay, so if we have a graph that looks like this, say we have a graph that looks like that, like a parabola laying down, okay, right away you can see that it's not a function. If I start doing karate chops, I hit it twice. I hit it right there and I hit it right there. So that means this x value, whatever it is, let's call it 2, it's hitting up here and it's hitting down there, so it's not a function. Okay, the only one that probably would only hit once is way over here, and that's right there. Okay, that's the only part it would hit once, but everywhere else it hits 2 times. Right there, right there, right there, right there, here, here, and so on forever and ever. Okay, so that would not be a function because the karate chop test proves it. You hit it twice and that's it. So that's all you got to look for. Okay, so the things you have to remember are the X or the domain cannot be greedy, cannot have a side chick. It can only pick once and that's it. So just look for that in the tables. Look for that in when you have a table like this, X, Y with numbers, or when you have coordinates. Remember, the X is the one you're looking for. X is the one you're looking for. When you have mappings, the little bubbles, again, you're looking for the domain. Remember, alphabetical order. Domain is the same thing as X, and range is the same thing as Y. Okay? So all you're looking for is that these numbers right here are not picking more than once. Again, 1, 2, 3. Let's put I don't know, a 6, 7. I can have this. That is okay. But I cannot have this. That is not okay. Now he's being greedy. He's got both arms out. Can't have that. You can only have one arm out. So if I was to take this one away, now it's back to being a function. If I go like this, even though this one is picking twice, doesn't matter. These guys are not being greedy. Okay, so if I go this one right there and nobody picks a 7, well, still is a function. Okay, because these guys are only picking once. Okay, and then of course the graphs, karate chop test gives you the answer right away. If I have a circle on a graph, right away I'm going to hit it 2 times. I hit it up here, I hit it down there. That is not a function. Okay, but if I have like this, and even if my line is like that, I still only hit it 1 time. So each value of X right there, right there, right here, right here, is only hitting that line one time. Okay, right there at the curves, it only hits it one time, so that is a function. Okay, so those are all the things you have to remember for this worksheet 8.5G, and that is how to tell if it is a function or not.